have an email from Candace from Georgia. I have a friend who says that Baptists date back to the time of Jesus and they are the original Christians. How can I respond to her? Have you ever heard that story before?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You know, John was a Baptist and John baptized Jesus, so what does that make Jesus, right? Baptist. Well, there were a series of well, there was one pamphlet particular put out in the early 1900s. It was called The Trail of Blood. And the subtitle was The History of Baptist Churches from the Time of Christ, their founder. And this idea is that all throughout the Middle Ages, from the time of Constantine, when the Catholic Church went into apostasy, you had these...
That's their belief.
Exactly. Right. You had all these groups that were meeting in secret that were really Baptists, you know, and they were carrying on the truth. And then when the Reformation broke out, all of a sudden the Baptists come out of the woodwork and, you know, they say they were never part of the Catholic Church. Well, if you study the groups that they claim they came from, they deny the divinity of Christ. They deny the virgin birth. They deny the scriptures. They deny right down the line. Yeah. So if you really want to claim that you came from them, you know, you're welcome to it, but you're a heretic then. When I was at Pensacola Christian College, they actually had the intellectual integrity to admit that everything Orthodox they believe came from the Catholic Church. And that all of these groups that Baptists claim that they came from were heretics. They had to admit that, and I really appreciated that about them. But the fact is that what we commonly refer to as Baptists sprung off of Presbyterianism, the Calvinism. Anabaptists was one of the other one of the other streams of the Reformation, and the best modern day equivalent of that would be like the Amish or the Mennonites, okay, or something like that.
So again, we have this kind of remnant idea, yes, that this little group of people,
it's fundamentalism,
is the remnant of the true church. That once it got so far off base, you know, the thread of truth was somehow protected throughout history, and here we are.
They use the term Baptist bride. The Baptist bride, that the bride of Christ is actually going to be Baptist. There might be other wedding guests there, but the people who are part of the body of Christ are Baptists.
All right.